What's going on, y'all? AttorneyTom here. Another video of reacting to the greatest subreddit on the internet, r/AttorneyTom. And remember, it depends.
Leave hypotheticals in the subreddit, guys, and I'll give an answer. Usually it's it depends.
Well, he can't read all of them. You and other OPs make great posts with great community engagement. It was just after the last Reddit video. Now it's buried and Tom won't see them. I'm trying my best, okay? I just want you to know, if your post doesn't make it into a video, doesn't mean that I don't see it. I see everything. Prejudicial name in court. Hey, would you be able to do anything if you're defending somebody who had previously changed their name to guilty murderer? This is a great question because I have thought of this hypothetical as well. I have thought of starting an LLC called Not Liable LLC or Plaintiff is Right LLC, and then thinking what would happen if that entity was involved in some sort of lawsuit. I would imagine that the court would probably just refer to your entity or your person as an acronym. So for guilty murderer, they would name them GM throughout the entire trial or something like that. Maybe John Doe. I honestly don't know. So because I don't know, the most correct answer is
it depends.
Would this work in court? Your Honor, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? No. I don't know what that would accomplish. I'm just gonna go with no. Downvote. I don't understand your meme.
I can really use a wish right now.
A clip from The Simpsons.
Mr. Hutz, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer just like you.
Good for you, son. If there's one thing America needs, it's more lawyers. Can you imagine a world without lawyers?
Oh, that's frightening. Frightening. But in all seriousness, y'all like to hate on lawyers. Lawyers are very, very important. They protect people from getting taken advantage of. Don't hate lawyers. Don't hate lawyers. Hey, Tom, you're smart. What words can I make out of these letters? Eyes, short, dropkick, babies, patch. It depends. It depends what you want to make out of these letters. You could write spend. Okay, you got me. The obvious answer is depends based off the letters that you provided. I was trying to be smart and come up with some other formulation, some other word to show you. Rigged. But that was pretty funny. A drugged confession. If you go into surgery or procedure where you are conscious but under heavy influence of drugs and pain, removing awareness and inhibitions, and then while unaware without inhibitions of what you're saying, you confess to committing a crime, would that be admitted to evidence? So that depends. And you give examples of where it could potentially be used. And I'm happy you did that because each one of these is going to have a different standard of the evidence that is and isn't allowed. What I would say is it very well potentially could be used as evidence to do something informal, such as start an investigation, and using it in court would be on the other end of the spectrum in the sense that courts are generally stricter on what can be used as evidence, but it is totally foreseeable that something like that be used as evidence. It is not unheard of that defendants sometimes get loose-lipped when they are intoxicated and they let things slide that otherwise they wouldn't have. It's just part of the game, but it's going to depend. It's going to depend on what was said. It's going to depend on how truthful the statement was, how coherent the defendant was. It's going to depend on a whole bunch of factors. It depends. It's a good question, though. As we won't see Pirate Tom anymore. Never knew an arm and a leg could buy me a ship. Have my hat. The gold alone doesn't say thank you enough. What? I don't want to reveal too much, but I have some very, very big plans, some very big things in the making. And Pirate Tom will make a return. I've said too much. How much trouble would I be if I used a railgun to protect myself from an intruder? Probably a lot of trouble, because I'd imagine that if you used a railgun to protect yourself from an intruder, there would be a lot of collateral damage. On top of, it's probably illegal in some way just to own a railgun in general. Railguns are the guns that they put on aircraft carriers, right? Like those huge, big ass things. Yeah. I would imagine you probably can't own them to begin with. And then the whole collateral damage thing. Probably a lot of trouble. Don't do that. Naked robbery. If I'm a minor and I rob a store naked, would I be immune to any charges, since anyone who tries to watch the security footage commits a crime, assuming the crime happens in your state and no one saw my face? So y'all, I'm going to answer this question, but I'm going to be serious for about 15 seconds because I don't like playing around with this subject. But yes, you absolutely could be charged and convicted of that crime when there's evidence that is extremely sensitive, such as a minor who is naked. But yes, you absolutely could be charged and convicted, and that evidence could be used against you. Just because the evidence is very sensitive in nature doesn't mean that it's necessarily a crime to watch it in the criminal court sense as evidence. I myself know of lawyers who do this kind of work. They either are prosecutors for sex crimes or defense attorneys for sex crimes. And when there is video evidence, even if it includes a minor, they have to watch it. They're obligated to watch it. So what they do is they meet in a secure room, usually in the government building, and they are allowed to watch the tape there and only there. And it's important for the lawyers to watch the tape because they need to confirm that the crime was being done or not done in the case of a defense lawyer. So yeah, I know lawyers who have seen evidence like that, and it's heartbreaking. And I know lawyers who've had to go to therapy for evidence they have had to watch while doing their job. So it does not excuse you from liability. And the only reason why I decided to talk about this particular subreddit post is because I see a lot of people posting this sort of bizarre theory all the time, and it just would not work. Back to fun stuff. Random question. If I were taking a crap at a restaurant and a water pipe busted and hit you, could you sue them? Yes. Premises owners have a duty to keep their premises safe, and a falling water pipe is not safe. What happens if I sponsor a brand or a product without an actual deal? Hypothetically, if a YouTube channel were to say something, this video is sponsored by brand X, would I get in trouble for basically giving a free sponsored segment when the company did not ask me to do so? So again, it depends. I would go as far to say that 99% of the time, you're probably going to be fine, because why would a company turn away kind of a free promotion? But let's just say you're somebody really controversial, or they don't like their brand like that, you could get in trouble for lying or fraud or brand association if you cause the brand damage. So it depends. With that said, this video is sponsored by Depends Adult Diapers. Depends. Always dependable. That's a great slogan. If that's not the slogan of Depends, I'm going to be upset. Thanks to subreddit members. Thank you to all the members of this subreddit for keeping this respectable. I've had interactions with multiple people on this subreddit. Whether we disagree, I've always tried to respond with logical and thought out arguments. So once again, thank you to AttorneyTom. If he sees this, thank you for making your videos. Very wholesome. Aww. Very wholesome. Upvote. Congratulations. Wholesome post. Fantastic. This is just a blatant advertisement to join the r/AttorneyTom community. Caught in the act. Someone looks like he is lying about Arby's under 6 foot. I look like I'm 4'11" in this photo. No, you will not catch me at Arby's. That's a great Photoshop. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Would be kind of funny if he said Arby's was trash because he was exclusively eating Arby's and didn't want anyone looking for him there. Have y'all ever seen anyone at an Arby's? Every time I drive by an Arby's, it is just vacant. Nobody goes to Arby's. Disgusting! In fact, if you ever see me on the news wanted for some random crime, I'm probably just going to be hiding out at an Arby's. I'm telling y'all right now. Some fan art. Damn. This is dope. Very pog. Good job. True height. The torso of Tom is 14 stories, which is 150 feet. If his torso is half his height, he is 300 feet tall. Stop pretending you're so short. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, somebody has figured it out. I'm actually 300 feet tall. Godzilla Tom. All right, y'all, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We just passed 391,000 subscribers. My goal is always to make content worthy of your time. I hope this is fun and educational. And as always, leave any suggestions. We're always trying to do fun, new stuff on this channel. All right, I think that's pretty much it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.